Do you know the first signs of arthritis? It's a question that we should all be able to answer. Arthritis, a condition that primarily affects the joints, is often thought of as an inevitable part of aging. However, it's not just a concern for the elderly. It can strike anyone at any time, and early detection can significantly improve management and slow down its progression. This video aims to enlighten you about the 10 early signs of arthritis. These signs are crucial to recognize as they can lead to an early diagnosis. An early diagnosis can mean the difference between managing the disease effectively or suffering from its debilitating effects. In the realm of health, knowledge is indeed power. By understanding these signs, you'll be better equipped to take action when you or a loved one starts to experience them. So, without further ado, let's dive into these signs, shall we? The first sign of arthritis we're going to discuss is pain. Now, pain is a tricky thing. It's our body's way of telling us that something is amiss. But when it comes to arthritis, the pain often starts subtly, almost sneakily. It begins as a mild, intermittent discomfort, gently nudging at your consciousness. It's the kind of pain that's easy to dismiss as the result of overuse or perhaps just a natural side effect of getting older. However, the key thing to remember is that arthritis pain tends to persist. It's not the kind that vanishes after a good night's sleep or a day of rest. It keeps coming back like an unwelcome guest. This recurrent, unexplained pain is your body waving a red flag, signaling that something is not quite right. So if you're experiencing unexplained recurrent pain, it might be time to see a doctor. It's always better to err on the side of caution when it comes to your health. Stiffness is another early sign of arthritis. Picture, if you will, waking up in the morning and feeling as though your joints are tight, almost as if they're rusted in place. This sensation could be your body's way of alerting you to the onset of arthritis. This stiffness tends to be more pronounced in the morning or after periods of inactivity. Think of the last time you sat through a long movie or a cross-country flight. Did your joints feel locked in place when you finally stood up? If so, you might be experiencing one of the earliest signs of arthritis. Now, it's important to note that many of us feel a bit stiff after sitting or lying down for a while. However, if your stiffness doesn't improve with movement, or if it lasts longer than half an hour, that's a red flag. You should definitely discuss it with your healthcare provider. Remember, stiffness that doesn't improve with movement is a red flag. Our third sign is swelling. Swelling is more than just an aesthetic issue. It can be a clear signal that your body is trying to fight off an issue internally, like arthritis. When a joint becomes inflamed, it may lead to noticeable swelling, often accompanied by a sensation of heat or tenderness. Picture your joints like a well-oiled machine. In a healthy state, everything moves smoothly and without friction. But when arthritis sneaks in, it's like throwing a wrench into the works. The body responds by increasing blood flow to the area, resulting in swelling as it tries to cushion and protect the joint. This swelling can occur in one or more joints, and it might be consistent or it could come and go. If you notice any unexplained swelling, especially if it's accompanied by other signs we've mentioned like pain or stiffness, don't ignore it. It's crucial to consult with a healthcare professional. Any unexplained swelling should be checked out by a healthcare professional. Warmth and redness around the joint is our fourth sign. Picture this. You're going about your day and you notice that a certain joint feels unusually warm, almost as if it's radiating heat. Upon closer inspection, you see a flush of red or even a purplish hue. This is not your skin blushing from a compliment. It's a telltale symptom of an inflamed joint. Inflammation is your body's response to injury or disease, a biological fire alarm that something's not right. In the case of arthritis, your immune system mistakenly attacks the lining of your joints, leading to inflammation. This results in the warmth and redness you can feel and see. Bear in mind, however, that not all types of arthritis present this symptom prominently. For some, it might be a sideshow, while for others, it takes center stage. So, if you do notice this sign, don't jump to conclusions. Reach out to your healthcare professional for advice. This symptom is more common in some types of arthritis than others. Decreased range of motion is another sign to look out for. Imagine waking up one morning and finding it difficult to bend your knee, Or perhaps you've noticed that picking up your favorite book from the top shelf is not as easy as it used to be. This could be more than just a sign of aging. Arthritis can sneak up on you, subtly limiting your joint mobility over time. It begins to tighten its grip on your joints, making movements that were once effortless now seem like a daunting task. It's like your body's hinges are rusting, restricting your movement and confining you within an invisible cage. Everyday actions, whether it's reaching up to change a light bulb or bending down to tie your shoelaces, may start to present a challenge. So if you're finding it harder to move your joints as usual, it's worth getting checked out. Don't let arthritis lock you down. Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to managing this disease. Cracking or popping sounds is our sixth sign. Picture this. You're going about your day when suddenly you hear a little pop or crack coming from your joints. It's a bit unnerving, isn't it? These sounds, known in medical terms as crepitus, can often be an early sign of arthritis creeping in. Now, it's important to understand that our bodies are complex mechanisms, and sometimes these sounds are just a result of natural body processes. They might occur when air bubbles in the joints pop or when ligaments snap over bones. So don't panic if you hear your joints singing a little tune now and then. However, if these sounds are accompanied by other symptoms like pain, swelling or stiffness, it could be a sign that arthritis is setting stage. It's always wise to consult a healthcare professional if you have any concerns. Keep in mind, not all joint sounds indicate arthritis, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Feeling unusually fatigued? This could be our seventh sign. Fatigue is more than just feeling a bit tired after a long day. It's a deep, profound tiredness that doesn't improve with rest. In the context of arthritis, this persistent sense of exhaustion could be your body's response to the inflammation happening in your joints. Your immune system is in a constant battle with this inflammation, and this fight can leave you feeling drained. Moreover, the pain associated with arthritis can disrupt your sleep patterns, leading to fatigue. It's a vicious cycle. The more fatigued you are, the more your pain may intensify, leading to even more fatigue. So if you're constantly worn out and you can't seem to shake off this feeling, it might be a sign of arthritis. Particularly if this fatigue is accompanied by joint pain, stiffness, or any of the other signs we've discussed. Don't ignore constant fatigue, especially if it's accompanied by other symptoms. Our eighth sign is deformity. As arthritis progresses, it can lead to changes in the shape and alignment of your joints. This is a result of the ongoing wear and tear that arthritis imposes on your joints, particularly on the cartilage that cushions the ends of your bones. Rheumatoid arthritis, for instance, can cause significant deformities in the hands and feet. The fingers may curve outward, or toes might start to point in unusual directions. Osteoarthritis, on the other hand, often causes bony enlargements in the fingers and toes, leading to a knobby appearance. These deformities can cause discomfort and affect your ability to perform everyday tasks. It's worth noting, though, that such changes typically occur in the later stages of the disease. Nevertheless, it's crucial to stay vigilant for any changes in your joint's shape or alignment. While this is a later sign, it's still important to be aware of. Joint tenderness is the ninth sign of arthritis. Picture a time when you've bumped your elbow or knee or perhaps stubbed your toe. Remember that sharp, acute discomfort that made you wince? Now, envision feeling that same sensitivity, but in your joints. And not just as a fleeting sensation, but as a constant companion. That's joint tenderness for you. When arthritis sets in, your joints might feel tender even when you're not actively using them. Particularly during a flare-up, the tenderness can intensify, making even the lightest touch or pressure feel uncomfortable, almost as if your joints had become overly sensitive, raw or bruised. It's as though they've become vulnerable, easily upset by any contact. In essence, joint tenderness is your body's SOS, a distress call signaling that something is amiss. It's a sign that your joints are under strain, dealing with inflammation, and need your attention. Tenderness often accompanies other symptoms like swelling and redness. So, as we journey on, let's keep an eye on these signs, as they could be your early warning system for arthritis. Our final sign is difficulty with everyday activities. Arthritis, a relentless adversary, can slowly but surely begin to affect the quality of your daily life. The simplest tasks, once taken for granted, can become challenging battles. Imagine waking up and feeling that your hands are not as capable as they once were. Opening jars, buttoning a shirt, or even gripping your morning coffee cup can transform into a struggle. You may notice your pace slowing down when climbing the stairs, or perhaps standing up from a seated position doesn't feel as effortless as it used to be. Arthritis can quietly creep into your life, subtly making its presence known in these small but significant ways. The disease can slowly erode your ability to perform everyday tasks with ease, leaving a trail of frustration in its wake. So, if you're finding everyday tasks increasingly difficult, it might be time to see a healthcare professional. Remember, early detection is the key to managing this condition effectively. Now that we've covered the 10 signs of arthritis, it's important to remember that early detection is key in managing this progressive and usually incurable condition. Let's take a quick walk down memory lane. We started with pain, which can be intermittent or persistent, often escalating during or after use of the affected joint. Then we moved on to stiffness, a common symptom especially noticeable upon waking up or after periods of inactivity. Swelling, our third sign, can cause the joint to appear larger or abnormally shaped. We then discussed warmth and redness, as inflamed joints can feel warm to the touch and appear reddish. Decreased range of motion, our fifth sign, can make it difficult to move the joint as freely as before. Sign 6 was the disconcerting cracking or popping sounds often heard when the joint is used. Fatigue, the seventh sign, is a systemic symptom that can make you feel tired and lethargic. Then we moved on to deformity, where the joint may start to look misshapen or twisted. Joint tenderness, our ninth sign, can make the joint sensitive to even gentle pressure. Finally, we discussed the difficulty with everyday activities. This can range from struggling to open jars to difficulty walking, a sign that the disease may be advancing. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms, it's essential to seek medical advice. Remember, arthritis is not a diagnosis to be made at home. A healthcare professional can provide you with an accurate diagnosis and a comprehensive management plan. This may include medication, physiotherapy, lifestyle changes, and in some cases, surgery. Science is continually evolving, with new studies and drugs being researched to help those living with arthritis. Natural medicine can also complement traditional treatment methods, aiding in symptom management and improving quality of life. Remember, knowledge is power. Stay informed, stay healthy. We hope this video has been informative and helpful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.